Right, hello, how are you? Just a quick check to see if everything is okay with you. Welcome along to any new viewers and subscribers, and to anybody else who wants to visit the channel. I'm really pleased to see you. It's been a very busy week. It's been an exciting week as well, I have to tell you. We've had lots of things going on. We had loads of new subscribers in the last week or so. Hello, Nick. How are you? Hi, Jonathan. How are you doing? It's been a really, really exciting time for the channel. Mellow Yellow. No, you see, there must be something wrong because I can see the green that it is. It's a green shirt. It looks green on my screen, Jonathan. I don't know why you think it's yellow. The last time I wore this, you said exactly the same thing. Hello, Dave. Hello, Tammy. How are you? Kay, hello to you. It's good to have you all here. We've got loads and loads going on. I want to say also a big hello to those who are watching this on the replay. It's always good to have you. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know who you are, where you're from, because you do know I keep a map of where everybody is. And it's kind of the way that I like to do things. We've... as you know, last week was the first time that we tried setting this all up like we did. And it is lime green. Thank you, Dave. No jumper. No, it's actually quite warm tonight here, Chris. Good to see you anyway. As you know, last week we had some little problems, didn't we? Where the camera overheated and things all went a little bit skew-whiff, you might say. And so what I've done this time, I've... Hi, Deb, how are you? Good to see you. What I've done this time, to try and alleviate the fact that the camera was getting overheated, I'm going to just give you a little photo to show you what I've done. As you can see, I've put a fan in place to try and keep it cool this time. So hopefully it won't cut out and we'll be able to keep going right the way through. But yeah, we've got a big fan blowing on the back there. Hopefully you can't hear it. I can't hear it that well, so hopefully you won't be hearing it as well. Anyway, hello, Andy. Good to see you in the chat room. Lots of things to talk about today. I want to start off, right? Question of the day, I think it is. I already posted it very earlier this morning. Sherlock, hello, how are you? It's good to see you here. So Sherlock is Dave, everybody. Say hello to him. He's new in the chat room and it's good to have you here. You can't hear the fan. That's absolutely excellent. I'm pleased about that. So I put a community post out this morning and it's basically today's question of the day, which is this. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given? I've had a few answers already today, and the aim is to get some more. Because somebody said to me, right, that it was an idea for a video. Robert over in America got in touch with me, and he was talking about it. If you've seen the community piece, you will see that he'd come up with this thought in his mind and thought it'd make a good video, and I do too. So my thinking is that if you've had some good advice and you give it to us, then put it in the comments. Comment here. Thank you, Jonathan. Just send the first one from you, and we can carry on and do that. And I may even do a video at some stage. I'll come back and watch this another time, and then I'll take all of the comments and perhaps I'll get a video of like advice for everybody from everybody. How does that sound? So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do, and hopefully we'll be able to carry on doing that. I've got to tell you about this week. Do you remember, those of you that have been around for a while probably will, back in January I made this outlandish quote saying that by the end of March next year, I'm going to have 50,000 subscribers. At the time of me making that, I had 5,244 subscribers, right? And so I thought to myself, that's a huge, huge total we've got to get. Well, last night we sat and watched as the numbers went up, and it went to 6,244. So since January, we've gained an extra 1,000 subscribers to the channel. And that is absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased about that. And since yesterday, it's grown again, and we've had another 100 subscribers to add to that. Let me just check my phone, because when I looked before we started, we're now on 6,347 subscribers. So it's good, isn't it? It's going really well, and I'm really pleased. So I'm pleased with the way things are going at the moment. What else can we talk about? I bought the, I have to tell you, I bought that thing I was talking about last week, and it's here. You know, when I bought the, what am I trying to think? The recording thing to do from videos through to MP4s. I bought that, I got it here, all excited, but I bought the wrong wires for it. And so I can't even just use it yet. I'm still waiting for the wires to come. Chris, I got this thing today. I don't know if you can see that. Chris Pomfret told me to get one of these. So hopefully I'll be able to start using that very soon. And because my, what's the word I'm looking for? My camcorder was old-fashioned. There's a special lead for it. So the lead that I bought for that didn't work either. All I could see was interference. So I was like, ah! So I've had lots and lots of little problems with that. But we got it. And then the other thing that came, which I talked about last week, was this turned up the other day, looking all fine and dandy, and I'm ready to use it. But the only thing is, the lead they put in wasn't a normal USB lead to a USB-C. It's USB-C to USB-C, which means I can't plug it into my computer. And so what I've had to do, oh, let me stretch, get that, is buy some of these. So I've got to, from tomorrow, then I've got a week to get on with it and start trying to put it all together and get it all working. So, you know, it's just one of them things. And I've got lots of sort of things that are going to kind of, hopefully, keep us going for a while. What else have I got to tell you? I'm working on a video. You know, I did the one last month about what I watched in March. Well, I've now done a what I've watched in April video. I've got all of the talking in it bit, unless I watch another film and I'll have to add some more to it. And I've got all of the clips that I want to make to put in it. And so I've started. I've got the first 4 films are done, and then I've got to go through all the rest and put all of the little bits of film and Ujimi bits to make it all pretty, if you know what I mean. And so we'll just see how that goes. It's coming together. Hopefully it'll be as good as last month's one. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better because I've got a little bit more used to doing it. So that's coming up. Did you like the video the other day, the weekend one, about the feel-good films? Did that look all right? My camera's just started filming this as well, so I wonder what's going to happen there. Maybe it stands for unfathomable. What's unfathomable then? What's that then? Am I missing something? USB without the U, eh? I get totally confused, you guys. You're probably all so much more technical than me. I must admit, I did send a help message to Chris Pomfret the other day to see if he could point me in the right direction. Andy, don't you watch movies? I love movies. So yeah, we've it's been a weird week. It's been exciting because the channel's picking up and it's been going full force, going really good. But I've been a bit nonplussed because I've bought 2 new toys this week and I haven't been able to play with either one of them, which is really, really annoying. And I did get the bits to put on this Stream Deck thingy today, but I thought I'm not going to rush and try and do it because no doubt I'll make a huge mistake with it. So I've got a week now till next week to play with it and get used to it. There's one thing that I want to do that I haven't done yet. As you know, I've got a membership to the channel. We haven't got many members. We've got a few, but not many. But we've got a brandy new one, and she's in the chat room now. So I want a big member shout out to Kay Hill, who's in the chat room. Thank you so much for joining it. I'm sure I'll find some use for the money. I'm sure I'll find some use for the money at some stage. So thank you, Kay. I appreciate it. And Chris, of course, you'll know that they're members because they've got a little S on their names in the chat room. If you go up, you'll see it. After their name, you'll see a little round S in the Sand Scratcher logo kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad you enjoyed the Feel Good Films, Jonathan. And it was fun to do. Kay is shy. No, I appreciate it, Kay. Any help that will come, because what I do with the money from the channel is always put it back into it. And so that's how I come to get this little toy the other day. And any money that comes in will go to something else, which will hopefully kind of... Yours is purple, right? As you can see, there's 2 S's. If you're looking at the chat room, Kay Hill is red and Chris Pomfret is purple. Red is for the first month, purple is for the second month. They change colour for the first 6 months. That's why, Chris. Each time you've been once you've been, each month you extend it, those colours will change so that you can see your longer term. So you're proper royalty, yeah. That's what it is, Andy. He's royalty. He's the man I rush to when I have techie problems and email him, and he sends me photos and things now to do it. Hi, I hope you're all well and fine and dandy. Welcome into the chat room. The chat room's getting a few in here tonight. It's nice to see you all. If you're watching this on the replay, you can be part of this. Comment down below because it's really funny. I get loads of comments from people who are watching it live, but very few on the replay. Now I find that quite odd because this channel is renowned for great comments on all of the videos that I've put out there. I don't know, they reckon that if you get a 2% average of comments compared to the people who viewed the video, then you're doing really well. And I always tend to get more than that. So it's a pleasing thing on this channel, but it's never good on the replay. Don't know why. So any of you that have just joined us late, question of the day: what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given? That's what we're looking for, and you can put it in the chat room if you'd like to. I try to leave comments on every video I ever watch, Andy. I don't know what it's like watching. To be honest, I don't tend to see a lot of live streams because most of the live streams are at evening time, and apart from Monday, I kind of like to have my evenings with Deb because she's out working all day and I don't see her all day long. So I kind of spend the nights with her, cuddled up watching telly like you do. And if you're wondering why I'm looking over there, it's because I'm looking at the chat room, which is up there, and I'm looking at you who are down there. So yeah, we're feel good movie, Romance in the Stones. You know, we watched that the other week. I got the 2 of them. There was a little pack with the 2 films in. I'm just trying to think what the other one was called. Anyone can remind me? Romance in the Stone. Was it Jewel in the Nile or something? I can't remember. There's a second film to it. The one, and I really can't think. Me head's going on. All right. I'm not fan dabby dozy about all these channels. I've heard of Twitch, but I'm not really sure. It's about games, isn't it? I really don't know. I've kind of gone from being a Facebook kind of guy to a YouTube kind of guy, and I spend all my time here, and I don't use YouTube I don't use Facebook anymore. So if you're not willing to change something, let it go. That's very true. There's a saying that I love, Kay, that goes, if you want to change some things in your life, you've got to change some things in your life. So that's really a good one. But wake up. That's right. Steve, I didn't realise you were in the room. I never see you earlier on. The chat room is flying by. Sorry I haven't said hello. Welcome to the chat room again. It's good to see you. It's one of those nights. It's not as nice as it was before. It's a bit duller this week. Last week when I was talking to you this time, it was all shining in my eyes through the window, but it's not the same today. We seek advice until we hear what we want. Yeah, most of us seek advice until we hear something we don't want. Then we turn and run as fast as we can. Jewel in the Nile, that's what I thought it was. My head's going. That was, yeah, that's what I did. I think I did say that. But I've got the two of them. It's good pack of films. I like a film that gives me a bit of a laugh, and they certainly do. What's we going to talk about now? So I think there were some changes in the map last. The comments it's great. There was a time in here when I could read every comment because there were so few of us. And now that there's a few coming and you all chat to each other and it's going... Yeah, I take it that's 1 foot in front of the other. Right, let's have a look at something. Let's have a quick look at the map. The UK map has gone up from 20 counties to 21. So that's a pleasing thing. The USA map has got a bit bigger. There's a few more pins in that than there was. And the world map is... the world map has gone up to 36. So there's one more country, I think, added. So it's all looking good, to be fair with you, and I'm very happy with it. So we've got a few more viewers. It's been really good this week. What I've loved and what I've found is really good are the comments to the last few videos have been excellent, and I'm quite humbled, you know, that people start to share the comments that they do and tell us about bits of your life. I've always had one in Australia, Andy. I used to work with a girl, or a woman actually, who when we lived in Weymouth, she was an Australian who lived in the UK, and she's watched the channel from over there. So that's probably my one and only viewer in Australia. You got good weather in Cornwall. It was lovely here today, but it's got colder as the day went on. You can move a mountain with a wheelbarrow. That's very true. You just got to use it. Has anyone seen that film about the Englishman who goes up the hill and comes back down the mountain or something like that? It's Hugh Grant. It's a really good film. I've got it, and I watch every now and again because it's an enjoyable film. And it's a bit of light entertainment. Do you know what I mean? I quite like the light entertainment bit. I'm looking up. It's nice in South Wales. That's good. Andy Merritt's just saying that he doesn't always leave comments on videos because sometimes it just does nothing worth saying. I doubt that. I'm always wondering, you know, Andy, at times like now, Monday nights, I'm always wondering to myself, what's Andy having for dinner? We've got into a habit of finding out what you eat, haven't we? Nettie, hello. You're in South Bucks. Which part of South Bucks are you in? I'm just outside Cambridge. I'm about 5 miles outside of Cambridge. So what is South Bucks? I'm just trying to think. Is that Wokingham way? It's not Slough, is it? Because Slough's higher up. I'm trying to work with my head. You had fish. Oh, that was good. That hill mountain is only 10 miles from you. It's a very good film, isn't it? I quite liked it. I'm going to press a button now that I don't know what's going to happen here. I've got a plus button flashing at me because I'm looking at a different chat room to what you normally look at. Ah, curry night. Do like a curry. Right, I've just had a thing. You've had tornadoes and a pretty ugly one. Enid. Okay, keeping helmets handy. Isn't it funny how we all get different weather? I mean, I expect you to get different weather to us, Kate, because you're in America and I'm in the UK. No, it was a button that I can press apparently in here to ask you questions and things like that, where I don't really think I need to because I'm talking to you anyway. Chalfont, near Amersham. I used to live in Mill End near Rickmansworth at one stage, so we weren't that far apart. I've got a cousin who lives in Amersham. So yeah, I kind of know the area. I lived there for maybe 7 or 8 years back in the early 80s. See, I like this little get together. It's amazing where people are from, isn't it? You sit here, I'm sitting in my little studio office room right now, and it's great that I get to talk to people all over the world. Tammy, you used to work near Mill End, did you? How about that? It is a small world. I got married in Rickmansworth. That is in the used, yeah, back in 1982. So I love this. I really am going to just check up here and see what's going on because I'm seeing lots of comments that I've missed. Sorry about this. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, I've got to tell you, right? I'm gonna show you this picture. It's probably going to be the kiss of death, and I should never have done it. But you know, last week how we. All right, I know where that is. You know how last week the camera kept cutting out? I've got a fan on, as I've already shown you, but I decided that I was going to make a picture to put up when the camera plays up. Does that make any sense? So that you know that I know there's a problem and I'm getting on and doing it. And this was the best picture I could come up with. Let me know what you think. That's the picture for if the camera goes off, okay? So if it ever goes off, that picture will come back up and you'll know that I'm fiddling about here, trying as hard as I can to get the camera up and running. So what do you want to talk about tonight? What is it that you want to talk about? I'll tell you what I want to talk about. Moonlighting. Do you remember that? Moonlighting, back in the 1980s, Bruce Willis, Sybil Shepherd. We have been watching Moonlighting. I've been trying to get it for absolutely years on DVD, and you couldn't get it. I'm glad you're liking my little picture. That's if we have problems tonight, expect to see it again. I'm hoping that by showing it you'll never have to look at it again. Yes, I've been watching Moonlighting. If you're wondering how we see it, I saw it at the time and loved it. And I've been trying to find the box series ever since, and I haven't been able to. But what I discovered, there is a website called the Internet Archive. And if you go on there, there's a section on TV and film. And while I was rummaging through it, I found out that the whole 5 series of Moonlighting are on the Internet Archive. And so we've been watching the Moonlighting series from there, and I forgot how good it was. Bruce Willis was so funny. It was really, really clever. And so it's been fun to watch. We've got one more episode to watch from series 1, and then we'll move on to the next series. Jed, how are you? Nice to see you in the chat room. There's a lot of people that live in Canada who have Scottish heritage. I know someone who I used to speak to a lot, who helped me get into radio back in the day. He was from Vancouver, and his name was Don McKeekan, and his mum was Scottish. And a lot of people that I've discovered live in Canada are from Scotland originally, so it's not a surprise. Rose Fleur Daisy, hello, welcome to the chat room. Yep, Jed, I'll tell you what, it was for its time. It was funny then, it's still funny now. It's a joy to watch. It's a joy to watch. It's the way that the two of them together acted was brilliant. It was indeed Al Jarreau. I had the single as well. I was telling Debs yesterday that in one of the series to come, probably the next series, there is a song in it by Anita Baker called Sweet Love, and it's played in the next series, and that was where I first heard the song. And I was telling Debs about it last night because I'm a huge Anita Baker fan, and I would never have probably ever heard of her had it not been for Moonlighting in the 80s. It was in 1986 that she released the album, so I would imagine that it was 86 or 87 that Moonlighting got it and used it in one of the music scenes. There's some good music in there. They played Since I Don't Have You the other night on there. What was the other one? Then played the nice bit of music to listen to in that program. So we've got a few new people in the chat room. It's really good to have you here, you know. As I tell everybody, this channel would be nothing without the people that watch it. And this live stream that we do, this Monday meetup, would be no fun if none of you turned up, because I'd be just chattering here to myself, talking rubbish. I talk rubbish anyway. I know that. But it'd be even worse. Nova Scotia means New Scotland. Do you know what? Somewhere along the road, I think I heard that. Gordon, hello. Welcome into the chat room. Your family, Debs is in Canada as well. It's funny how you all get. I'm from Ireland originally, and I expect you would imagine that's the case with a name like Murphy. Although we must have got lost along the way, because my granddad Murphy was born in Cardiff, which is in Wales. So I've got more Welsh in me. But I must have a really common name in Ireland. Some relatives of mine went looking for family. I have given you the best that I've got, James. Great album. I have that. I think I've got all of them. The Songstress, Rapture, Giving You the Best That I Got, and there's one other, and I can't think what it is. But I've got 4 of her albums. Spud Murphy. My nickname when I was a kid was Spud. They called me it at school. She was your first teenage. Okay, here's one for all the Yeah, you ladies can take part as well. Who was your first crush when you watched telly? And it will come down to your age, because mine is Emma Peel, Diana Rigg from the Avengers. When I was a boy, that was my first crush. What was yours? Go on, let's chuck it out there. Let's see who it was. Compositions, that's it. That's the fourth one that I. Thank you, James, for that. Yeah, Murphy is very common in Ireland. In fact, it's so common. I was going to tell you this, but Nettie, if you're watching this, you come back, you'll see that I sort of go away and wander off on different journeys. A relative of ours was chasing our family tree back, and she went to Ireland, and we found out that we come from County Cork originally, and she went into the graveyards where she thought we come from, and she took some video and sent us video of the churchyard, and there were 6 James Murphys in the churchyard in wherever it was in County Cork. So I think I've got a common name, you know. Oh, the names are coming in. Alexandra Bastido. Oh, yes. Yes. I remember her too from our days of the Champions, yeah. I'm just, let's have a look, see what you're all saying. Farrah Fawcett. Yes, very popular. David Essex. Bodie and Doyle. Ah. There's nothing funny about that. I bet you like the dimple in his chin, Kay, didn't you? I'm jumping about here because the chat room's going up. I'm trying to send it one way so I can read what you've already said, and someone's typing and it's going up. So I'm like chasing shadows on here at the moment. Glenn Campbell. It was the dimple, wasn't it? Or was it because he sang "You Like Galveston"? Did you? Okay. Shakin' Stevens. There was a man. Did the same dance to every song he ever did. I actually went and saw. I don't say not. I knew. I saw Shakin' Stevens live before he became a pop star, in a place called the Clay Pigeon, which is on the way between Weymouth and Yeovil, and it's like a club out miles in the middle of nowhere, and you used to go and see different groups there. And I saw Shakin' Stevens there in 1977, before he became a pop star that we all knew and loved. The Osmonds. My sister loved the Osmonds. I love these little crushes. I'm going to have to keep a list of these and see if we can't make a video up about it. Because that comes under the nostalgia bit that I talk about, doesn't it? You quit drinking because of David Cassidy. I'm drinking, but this is sparkling water and lemon juice, and it's really nice. Refreshing, you might say. Carrie Fisher. Does she, when you think of Carrie Fisher, is she wearing the Princess Leia gear? Was her? Let us know. Just let us know. Private Walker, which one was that? Dad's Army, it's a funny one, you know. I never really got into it. I never seemed to watch that many, so I watched every now and again on it and never saw them all. But I kind of, the only ones I know who Pike is, and I know who Corporal Jones. I can't think of many of the names. Was it Mannering? That was Arthur Lowe, wasn't it? I need this. What I actually need is this. The spiffy one. Yeah, I know who you're on about. His name was James Beck, reliably informed by Andy Merritt. He knows his stuff, whereas, as you can tell, I know nothing. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he died young. Pencil moustache, that's it. Just thought that. Yeah, I never quite got Dad's Army. I don't know why. Perhaps it's because I never got into it at the beginning. I never saw the early series of it, and so I never really got into that. But everybody tells me how great it is. I'm considering buying the box set anyway, because I bought and read John LeMessurier's autobiography, and he talks about it a lot in there, and it kind of piqued my interest. So I expect some stage I'll end up going and buying that, just so that I can, you know, find out more. I'm laughing at Wazza's comment about Carrie Fisher in a Jedi gold bikini. It's funny how you think of things like that, don't you? I was 12-year-old when I discovered that I liked Emma Peel, and I can remember being very excited. Do you remember how she used to wear a black leather jumpsuit thing? And I can remember she was tied to a table and they started undoing the zip, and I got all hot under the collar, but I didn't know why, because I was only 12 at the time. Some mothers do have them. That was brilliant. I've got that on a box set downstairs. We watched that recently. Very good. I'm watching Twin Peaks at the moment, which is still as weird as the first time round, I love, you know. He was a bit of a philanderer, was he? We're jumping about from conversation to conversation in the chat room here. But it's working. It seems to be going all right. You all know what you're talking about. He was cheated on quite a bit, John LeMessurier, I think we're talking about now. He was netty. Although his second wife did stay the course with him in the end. The first one was very bad. Hattie Jakes, that's it. Hattie Jakes treated him awfully. She moved a lover in and he moved out of the bedroom into a spare one. Crazy. That's a fine cup of coffee. You're right, Nick. It definitely is. Twin Peaks is just brilliant. I bought the box set about 6 or 7 months ago and hadn't got around to watching it. And we started watching it the other day. And you know, when you think about something from as far back as that was, I don't know what was it the 90s? I don't know. But I couldn't remember the story, but I could just remember the feeling of how weird it used to be. And so when I was watching it, I was kind of thinking, is it going to be like that? Is it going to be as weird as it seems? And it is. And I'm so pleased for it, you know. So pleased about that. It is as weird as it was then. And it's still good, though. It's still great because the people are so odd in it. And I like that. I like the way that, I don't even know his name. You know, Carl, what's his name, who plays the detective, and he's always talking to Diane on a dictaphone. And I always wonder if she ever gets that tape. No, we don't see Timmy Mallet anymore. He disappeared with someone in an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini, I believe. Tony Hancock was horrible, wasn't he? Horrible man. That's all right, I've just read you get a bonk on the head like this or like this. So we've got quite a few comments in here. It's going to take me a time to go through it tomorrow because I'm going to find that I spend half of tomorrow scribbling down the answers to the questions, to the question of the day. And I'm enjoying reading the comments of what you've got to say about people. It seems like we're very a bitchy group, doesn't it? But it's all meant in a nice way, I believe. What else have I got to tell you about? I have an Amazon shop. I don't know if you know that. I started an Amazon shop up ages ago, but I've just kind of been working on it, and so I'm using that as another way, obviously, of helping build money towards the channel and that. I buy so much stuff off of Amazon. Am I the only one? I'm always at Amazon buying bits and pieces because it's so easy. If I want to go to the shop from here, apart from our local shop, I've got to drive 6 miles into Cambridge and pay a fortune to park there, or wait for a bus that takes ages to get there. So I end up using Amazon a lot. And because of it, I decided that there must be loads of people like me too. So I opened a little shop. See, Nettie, I understand that. I've been on there today. I bought this on there. I buy lots of things on there. I'm trying to be good, to be honest with you. I'm trying to buy things that I know I need. But as I thought, what I do, this is what I thought I'd do, you see. I thought I'd open a shop because you get how it works is people buy things anyway from there, but they can buy them through your shop and then you get paid as well as Amazon, but it doesn't come out from the people's pocket. So what I did is I've opened this shop and I've got albums in there. There's a one that says My Gear, which shows you how much I've shopped in Amazon because it's got all the things I've bought that I use on this channel. There's a miscellaneous one on there, which has got things like the video recorder, things like this too. And there's another one in there, but I can't think what it is because I can't see it here. Oh, that's it, books, my other favourite thing. And so I've got this little shop there. You can see it at amazon.co.uk/shop/the Sand Scratcher. Let's read it. All right, we've talked about that now. We don't need to talk about that anymore today, do we? Yeah, I just thought it was worth a try. See if anything comes of it. Thank you, Tammy. They probably won't sell you anything because you're in America, but it'd be very nice if you go and have a look anyway. Yeah, so I thought I'll start that, and then if any money that comes from that can go back into the channel and start buying these, because I want to get more professional, like, because you know I'm not, don't you? I love books. Yeah, you can see I've got a bookshelf here. I've got one in my bedroom, and we have one down in the living room downstairs. So we're always buying books. So yeah, I spend far too much money on books. I've gone that way. Deb's bought a Kindle. Oh, years ago. She doesn't use it a lot. She tends to use it when she's on holiday. But now they've discontinued, you know, the one that she's got. So next month or something, it's going to be rubbish and it's got to be thrown out because you can't use it for anything else, I don't think. So she's got the ump with Amazon over the Kindle at the minute. I think it's wrong, you know, that they sell you all these things and you pay for books and things on it, and then it's going to become redundant. And then the only way you can go and do things is go and get them again. I don't like Kindles because I like to be able to pick a book up and open it, and they got a smell, haven't they? Books have got a funny smell, and I like the smell of a book. And so I kind of always am reading books. I'm reading at the minute The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo at the minute, which is really good. I've read it before and I've got all the 3 films, but I'll tell you what, Dave, you're right. I love a second-hand bookshop. There's something about them, isn't there? There's a place on the coast about 70 miles from here called Felixstowe. And they had a bookshop there, a second-hand bookshop. And it had a small front on it, you know. And then when you go into it, it was like a TARDIS. As you went in, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper back. And there was all these books. But what happened, you know, was that in the lockdown, they sort of struggled through the lockdown, and then they come out of lockdown and they couldn't keep it going properly. And sadly, the shop itself has closed down. They've turned it into an online shop, which you can still buy from. But there was nothing like going in the shop itself, because they had books on everything in there. It was massive, a massive shop, and you could go upstairs in it, and they had loads of different little rooms with all different sections, and I loved going in there. But sadly, it's gone now. I do struggle though. I certainly have struggled with the Kindle. It wasn't for me. Deb's reads it, and when we're on holiday and that, should take the Kindle and have a read rather than talk to me. But you know what I'm saying. Sully, hello. I hope I've said that right. Sully, Sully, you're going to have to tell me. It is a good book, isn't it? It is a good book. I've got the other two. I'm going to go through the three. But it's such a thick book. I'm a slow reader, so it kind of takes me ages to get through it. But it's when I've finished it, I'm going to watch the film again. I didn't like the British one, the English one with Daniel Craig. It just seemed to miss something. But the Swedish book was just awesome. Right, I'm just going to put this back up for you, Duan. Amazon shop. There you go. It's up the top there. Amazon.co.uk/shop/The Sand Scratcher. Have you got that? Do you know? Is it Sully? Am I saying it right? Is it Sully? We've got a library about a 5-minute walk from here, and it was shut last year in September, because they were doing refurbishing the whole of the library, and it's only opened again recently, so that's good to have. You're welcome, Duan. Welcome. Yeah, I can't get on with the reading of a thing, mainly because I'll give you an example of why. I like non-fiction. I'm not going to lie. And inside all of my books, they're highlighted at different stages, all through them, because I like to read and learn stuff. And so when I look through a book, it will have loads of highlights in. And what's funny is I read a book and I use a thing called the supermarket approach. So if I'm reading it to try and learn something, some self-help stuff, I'll highlight it and just go through it and take out the stuff that I want at the time. But the funny thing is, you go back another time and you can see something else in there. It's a bit like going to the supermarket. So you pick what you want and leave the rest. And I do that with these books. So I'll often go back and reread them. And if there's something new in there, then I'll highlight it in a different colour. Can you highlight in Kindle? I don't know. I'm not very good at that. Like I said, I never really got hold of it too much. Biographies I love. I love seeing people. What I like in biographies is I love to see how they got to where they got. I like to see the before and I like to see where they got. But what I really hate in a Kindle. What I really hate in a biography is when they're so nice that you can't find, that it gets boring. I like it when they've had a bit of uproar in their life, if you like, and it gives you something to cling on to as you're going through. I liked it, for instance, there was a book by Johnny Marr who was in the Smiths, and I loved the way that he was determined to be a star, and he just went for it and did everything he could. He stopped mixing with people who were against what he was doing. He did exactly what he wanted to just get to be who he become. And it was great. And I loved that story. And I loved the story of Steve Redgrave, who was one of the rowers in the Olympics for the UK, who won 5 Olympic medals. And all the time that he was doing it, he struggled with some internal stomach problem. and it used to be really hard for him to do it. So I kind of like all that stuff. I love someone who struggled to get to where they've got. I'm not keen on those who seem to have life easy. I was disappointed. I was disappointed by some biographies, things like David Essex. He was just too nice for me. He didn't go through enough uproar for me. I think it's probably because he didn't want to share the bad stuff. And I think if you're going to write a book like that, you have to share the bad stuff. I would imagine Charles Brandreth is very funny because he seems to come across as a funny man, and he does a podcast, and it seems to me that every star in the world's been on it of a certain age. So he seems a very intelligent and funny man. So yeah, I expect that's quite a good one to read. I'll have to have a look out for that one. So where are we time-wise? We've got about 9 minutes left. Anyone who's new to the channel, I kind of try and keep this to an hour and no longer. Mainly because I could waffle on here for hours and just bore you all. And I don't want to do that. So I think an hour is long enough for us. And also, I never get my dinner on a Monday until after this. So having not eaten since lunchtime, since about 12 o'clock, I'm getting to that stage now where I'm getting starving. So that's the other reason, of course, why we don't go past an hour. So we've covered quite a bit tonight, really. One of the things that I want to say, especially to you new guys in the chat room, is that I'm really grateful that you've spent the time coming in there. It still shocks me, still amazes me that people turn up for my videos and still turn up for the live stream week in, week out. It's very humbling. It's a joy, to be honest. I love the live streams. I enjoy doing videos, but the live streams just seem to have something special because I get to chat to you and I get to see what you've got to say, and that's always fun. What am I having for dinner? I don't know, you know. I did see some chicken down there earlier when I went down to get a drink before I came up to do this. I saw some chicken and I saw some veg. So I take it that's pretty much what we're having. I did see some peppers, and I saw some fajita mix, but I don't think that was for this meal. That might have been for something else. But whatever it is, I will eat it. I will not complain because I'll like it, because I like pretty much anything. I'm an easy person to cook for. I'm not going yet. We've still got 7 minutes. I just thought I'd mention it. Thanks, Steve. I'm pleased that you enjoy this. It's a bit of fun. We talk about, you know, anything that crops up, really. I always come in with a plan, if you like. There's a page of notes here about what I think about talking when here, so that we don't have 19 spaces where I'm going, I don't know what to talk about. So I have this list, but a page is just not enough, because what happens is that by the time I've looked at it and we've started talking, I've finished the first 3 paragraphs in the first 5 minutes, and then I talk about the other thing because I talk about the other stuff and get that out of the way because I know I've got something to talk about, and then I've got all excited. I've talked about what I've got to talk about, and then I'm like, what are we going to talk about next? So my list that I spend a whole day pretty much trying to think of what I'm going to talk about lasts generally probably the first 10 minutes, and from then it's whatever we come up on what we talk about. Yes, Nettie, I would think we were all probably from around the same-ish era. I'm not sure that people of 20 would want to come and watch this. All the stuff we talk about would be alien to it, wouldn't it? Half of the kids at 20 don't know what half the stuff we talk about is. I can't imagine anyone who's not around our age knowing what moonlighting was, because it never come back. We never saw it again. It was like just the best series ever, and it disappeared. Yeah, I'm 1960 as well, Chris. I'm an end of July. The sun has now decided to shine through this window. Last night I had it for the whole night. Now it's just starting to come through. As you can probably see. Yeah, I would think many of us were born in the 60s, and possibly some K's from the 50s, late 50s. God, you had a good year for music, you know, 1957. That was a bit poor. I'm a boomer, I'm afraid. I'm one of those boomers that all the young people tell us that the boomers made world bad for them because we bought all the houses and all that sort of stuff. I've never owned an house, so that's not me. March 59, that's you. Steve, when we were at school together, I was talking to this about Debs the other day, and I thought to myself that you must have been born pretty much at the start of a school year, and I was born right at the end of it, because you're 59 and I'm 60 for the birth years. You must be at the front end of the year, because my birthday was just after we broke up for the summer holidays. Midnight Caller is brilliant. I love Midnight Caller. We watched that. That was a lot of that was on YouTube, and you could still get it. Midnight Caller was excellent. I loved that series. We binged it on YouTube. It was another one of those series that I wanted to get on DVD and have never been able to find it. Dave, you were 1973. You're so young. 73, 72. God, I was a teen by then. Well, I wasn't in 72, but I was close. But yeah, I would think most of us are around the same kind of era. I'll tell you what we all were. We were around when music was fantastic. The 60s and 70s, and halfway into the 80s, it was just awesome. So we were all very, very lucky. So we've got a minute and a half to go, so I'm going to just wrap this up and just say thank you to everybody. It's been great and fun once again. If you want to get in touch with us and talk about anything, just go to one of the videos, start commenting underneath it. And I always I forget to tell you this. Don't forget about the community tab. The community tab is your place. It's where you can go and you can put comments on. You can carry this conversation on if you want. Just go to youtube.com/@thesoundscrutcher/community and then save it as a favourite. And then you can start posting stuff on there like Andy did the other day when he did that post. It's nice. I love the fact that other people are commenting there. It's really good to have you there. Andy, what am I doing on bank holiday? Absolutely zilch, mate. Like I said, I build myself up for this, and now I'll go and have something to eat and fall asleep. My health is not the greatest, and so I've not been out anywhere really. I had to go to bed this afternoon to get myself sorted, to get me through for tonight. So, yeah. I won't be going very far. I expect I'll be watching films, to be honest with you. Yeah, the 70s kids, you are so young. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. This has been a ball once again. We'll be doing it again next week. I'll put a video out on Wednesday. I've got to think what it is yet. I haven't even got a clue. I'll film that tomorrow at some stage. And one on the weekend. And then before you know it, we'll be back again doing this all over a week on today. That's it from me. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been great fun. I will see you all very soon.